Besides in-person communication, email is going to be a primary form of communication that you use throughout your studies at Belle Plaine High School and beyond. This is a quick video with the objective of making sure we're all understanding what proper email etiquette is. Etiquette is simply a fancy word for manners. So we want you to send smart for success and follow these recommended guidelines as you communicate with teachers, other staff members, your peers, and beyond. First topic is your profile photo. Your profile photo should be a photo of you or an image that appropriately represents you. Probably the easiest way to think about it is to think about what your profile photo should not be. And three aspects of that is a photo that does not represent your school self. For example, we don't want it to look like a typical selfie that might have your tongue sticking out, or a silly face, or just you doing something out there that you wouldn't necessarily do in the presence of your staff members at school. We want it to represent you positively and be the image of your school self. Second thing it should not be is an attempt to be humorous. Senses of humor is a very important thing to have in life, but we all don't agree on what's funny and what's not funny. So be careful. Just make sure that whatever your profile photo is or what it's representing is not inappropriate to any particular audience, or it just would be something that would get your email off to the wrong start the minute your profile photo is seen. And lastly, do not have your profile picture be a picture of someone else. If you use someone else's photo without their permission, it's a violation of their privacy and also confusing to the person who receives your email. One thing to kind of has a disclaimer for my own profile photo, you'll notice it is not a picture of me. It's actually a picture of my son when he was 9 months old. And the reason I choose that photo is because that photo is just filled with not only that kid that is near and dear to my heart, but he is decked out in navy and gold, showing a little plainsman pride from a baby perspective. So that's my profile photo because I really want to be represented with a positive and cute plainsman little mascot of my own. Profile picture is worth 1,000 words. It's a first impression. Remember, every person who receives any email or Google communication from you will see your profile photo. What will they think of you before they even read the message? So right now, consider your own profile photo. If it doesn't appropriately represent you as a Belle Plaine student, please change it to one that does. So just for discussion purposes between me and you, yay or nay to these profile photo samples? First girl on the left, I'd give her a yay. Nice smile photo, I could see her in the classroom or the halls at Belle Plaine High School. Sumo wrestler photo. Even though it is cute as big man takes on little man, it is not appropriate for my school photo. Girl in the pumpkin patch with her four-legged friends. I would take that. I'd probably have it zoomed in a little bit more on the person itself so we can see her when she emails us. That's a yay. Over to the right, girl doing a little selfie action. Not necessarily the best pose for being a student at Belle Plaine High School. If she would just have a different headshot, that would be great. Smile for the camera and attach it to your account. So please consider your profile photo and either change it, modify it, whatever, to make sure that it represents you positively at Belle Plaine schools. Email without fail. First step, verify you have the correct email address. Our system is designed to auto-populate people who are within the same domain as our school district. So that part should be easy. If you know their first or last name, it'll be a direct contact. Add a brief, appropriate subject line. Some examples may be, you question about the assignment, silver cord hour question, and regarding my absence, schedule a time for help, Question about my grade. The subject line is the preview to what the content of your email is. Don't skip that part and try to be as specific as you can so whoever receives it has a hint of what the email is they're about to open. Avoid being too casual, rude, or confusing. Don't use anything like this as a subject line. Hey, my grade is wrong. I'll be gone. EOM. EOM seems to be a pretty common acronym for end of message. You should never use your subject line for your complete message. Even if your message is going to be short, the subject line is too short because it's just abrupt and doesn't communicate in a very polite way. The art of an email. Greet your reader professionally and politely. Before you get to the point of your message, start with a greeting to your readers like this. Dear Mrs. Stahl. Hi, Dawn. Good morning, DA. It's like I'm seeing them for the first time and I need to say hi before I get into the meat and potatoes of my message. The do nots of an email. Please do not use all capital letters. Don't overuse exclamation points. Both of those are like screaming at your reader. Use standard capitalization and punctuation. Do not use abbreviations. And emailing is different than texting. When you text for the word you may simply use the letter U because it's short, it's sweet, it's a text communication. However, when you email, everything should be spelled out. Y-O-U for that U. Do not ask for letters of recommendation or for someone to serve as a reference with you via email. That's just impersonal. It's important that you, not your parent, speak with the person face to face for this special favor that may result in you winning a scholarship, landing a job, earning an award. There are several instances where I serve as a reference or I write letters of recommendation for students. I really appreciate when a student comes to me face to face and asks very politely for me to do something on their behalf. So asking for a letter of recommendation or for someone to be your reference should be an in-person communication whenever possible. If it isn't possible to see that person face to face, a phone call would be a second option. And then lastly, if that isn't something that you can reach out, may not have the person's number, you haven't been able to contact them, an email would be the third resort. Do not ask for an extension on a deadline through email. If there is something that you need to communicate with a teacher about a special situation, or you need something from them that's going to be different than your peers or already what's established for expectations, that should be a face-to-face conversation when possible. Of course, if we are in school, or whatever the situation may be, and you have to resort to email communication, just make sure it's very polite and address the person as if you were talking to them in person. What's wrong with this email message? Hey, I'm not going to get done with my paper by tomorrow's deadline. I will give you my paper on Wednesday. Thanks. Lots of things wrong. All capital letters are screaming at me. Hey, it doesn't say things like, hi, Mrs. Koch. You'll also notice that there are abbreviation, the tomorrow, the you. It's more like texting language. And then there's a thanks and a bajillion exclamation points. All of that is too loud, too aggressive, and doesn't address our teacher very professionally. Keys to email effectiveness: keep your emails short and to the point. Be polite at all times. If you're upset about something, don't write about your concerns or grievance in the email. Instead, ask for a time to meet in your email so you can talk face to face when possible. Use complete sentences. Proofread your message before sending. Check your spelling, grammar, usage. Sign your name under an appropriate closing. For example, thanks for your help, Jack. A quality email example. To Lisa Koch. Subject, college visit. Hi, Mrs. Koch. I'd like to set up a college visit to UNI for February. I have some questions about what my options might be. Could I meet with you sometime during my 6th period study hall this week? I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for your help, Jimmy. Short, sweet, polite, and direct. I know exactly what Jimmy would like help with. I know when he's available, and I see that he's going to appreciate whatever contact I give back. Great example. Your email assignment. Your assignment is to email your advisor by 3 o'clock tomorrow. Your topic. You have some questions about Plainsman Pride Time. This is just hypothetical. Topic examples may be, you could craft an email asking questions about our schedule, about the requirements for Plainsman Pride Time, or about the purpose. Teachers are not necessarily going to respond to you. This is a hypothetical assignment where we want to see your emailing abilities. Your email must be at least 3 sentences in length, and that doesn't count your greeting or your closing, of course. Remember, follow all the suggestions discussed today in this video. Be polite, use complete sentences, write clearly, make sure your profile photo is appropriate. Here's the fun part. Your advisor will then forward the 3 most exceptional emails from his or her group to me, and each email author will be entered into a drawing for some glamorous prizes. So we'll have a little fun with this, and we want to see your email skills in action. Emailing is going to be a lifelong skill for you, and we want you to get in the habit of following the proper etiquette as we go along. You will email endlessly throughout your years at Belle Plaine High School, and we know it's something you'll do far beyond in our halls.